start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on our agenda is our attorney, Matt Shipman.
I don't have actually anything to report unless you guys have specific questions for me that I can think of.
Commissioner?
Sorry. No, sorry.
It'll be a real quick meeting then. Okay, next on the agenda we have Nathan Bilger, Cleo Meadows Plat.
I think on the agenda it was listed as member reappointments too, and that was a miscommunication. That'll be next meeting. Handful of reappointments. Sorry about that, Jana. Cleo Meadows is a proposed 2-lot plat. It's on 50 East, just south of State Road 9, where State Road 9 south of Columbia City makes an S-curve, and you've got 50 East that continues straight. This is on the west side of 50 East at that point. Plan Commission approved it without any real conditions at their last meeting in October, and so this is going before you for approval and acceptance of the proposed right-of-way and easements.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve this Cleo Meadows new plat.
Yeah, and I would second it.
Okay, we got a motion to approve the Cleo Meadows replat. We've got a second
Discussion.
with discussion.
Yeah, I just had some questions.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm wondering if, what's the current use of this land now?
All vacant.
Yeah.
It's a field. There is a large portion of floodplain on the far west side. I would say about a quarter to a third of the west end is floodplain of the
Yeah,
Yale River.
that's the Yale River going
Yeah,
after there.
it's a river.
No, I was just, I only asked, curious if the building of the new school is opening up any platted subdivisions, to do anything, so.
This one I think was, it's an inherited property that I think she wanted to do something with.
Yeah,
So
okay.
unfortunately, no.
Was there any opposition to that at all?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I had, thank you.
Okay. Any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
Thank you. I do have one piece of housekeeping. The ordinance that you guys approved, the zoning amendment ordinance that you approved with conditions, this is the change document for signature, so just wanted to make sure you guys had an opportunity to sign it at some point.
Okay.
It's already been approved.
It's already been approved, yeah, with the modification to it, so this is the actual document with modifications.
Okay. Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you.
You want this, Nathan?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, we have Brandon Forrester with the Highway Department update.
Good afternoon. First, a salt barn update. They're working. It's coming together. They're going to get enough of the wall finished today that you're going to start backfilling for the slab tomorrow. And I'm sure they'll keep working on the walls beyond that, but hoping for a little break in the weather so we can get that concrete slab poured.
I think we're supposed to be in the 50s, aren't we, next week? Or?
Yeah, yeah, better than 30s.
Yeah.
So it is progressing. We've had a few snags here and there. You'll have that with any construction project, but we've been in contact with the manufacturer of the building, and so everything is in general going well. So, we, in anticipation of next year's coming budget and the time that it takes to actually get equipment once you order it, which is, it's getting drawn out further and further with demand for construction equipment especially, but so we had in our budget and our equipment plan for 2019 to purchase a single axle dump truck, which we're working on specs on that, and then 2 one-ton trucks, a 1-ton dump and another 1-ton for our sign truck. So again, we're still working on the specs on the single axle, but we got quotes for the 1-ton dump and the 1-ton sign truck. So we would like to get, if we can get them ordered now, we're still going to be January, February before we can get them.
Yep.
You know, pardon me, I've been holding off. Our budget was approved by the council. In theory, it could be cut by the state. I'll get to the community crossings thing, but we're not going to spend as much money on community crossings as we possibly planned on. So even if the state would cut our budget, we would still be able to afford both of these trucks. So.
Were they in the 1782?
Yes, I haven't had a chance to call him about it yet, but yes, they did cut it. Huh? I don't know, because I'm just looking at it, I don't know right off the top of my
Wasn't
head.
much, I don't think. 50, maybe?
50,000?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
It's going to take me a minute to pull it up, so go ahead.
Well, you know, to just let you know, these trucks are old and worn out. They're loose in the suspension, they're high on miles and hours, they're leaking, they're just worn out trucks and need to be replaced. So, I guess unless there's a significant budget cut, and I'm talking more than 150,000.
I don't think it was, Brandon.
I still contend that we can afford to get these trucks ordered, get them into service. We're still, once we get them, then we're still going to have to add beds and snow plows, things like that. So it's not just.
This is the 550, the dump truck, the 450, the sign truck?
Yes. Okay. And I found it interesting that the 450 was actually higher priced than the 550, but it's because it's a longer wheelbase. Because we're going to put a longer bed on that to accommodate all the material and equipment for the sign truck. And it's actually also it's extended cab, so he can actually have a place to put tools. That, need protection. Whereas the dump truck will be a shorter cab. Still going to have I believe 11-foot dump bed.
Okay.
So, I highlighted each of the prices. For the 550, City Ford was cheapest, and for the 450, City Ford was $4 higher than the cheapest. So I know local versus Plainfield is technically the one that was $4 cheaper on the
State bid.
On the 450. $4 that
Spend that on gas.
Spend it on gas, go and get it.
I know that, I know you got it in the budget, but just for formal reasons, I think I'd like to make a motion that we approve these purchases so he can get going on and get the cab and chassis coming. You still have a ways to go when the time to get the bids, so.
Okay, we got a motion to approve the two bids. One bid is for 2019 Ford F-550 for $43,741.50. And then the second bid is for also City Chevrolet, 2019 Ford F-450. And the SC is, not sure, short cab or?
Something cab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a 2019 Ford F-450, and the price on that is $45,650.50. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second? Any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
I've spoken to each of you individually. 2018 is our bridge inspection year. I've been working with our consultant and contractor to come up with a schedule for replacement and repairs. We've actually already done some repairs this year that were a result of the inspection, protecting some piers that were in the water, had some foundations that were exposed a little bit, so we've got some scour protection there. But, and I apologize, I don't have a formal presentation for a bridge plan. I'll hopefully have that for you at the next meeting. I'm waiting for some more data from the report, actually, to include what I usually present. But I would like to go ahead and in fact, you know, the next bridge that we'll be working on, they've already started. They've got the design completed. We're going to be able to remove a weight limit on a bridge, which is one of 3 bridges. This was the last posted bridge in the county, but the new federal requirements for load rating, they have to analyze and actually model different size vehicles driving across these bridges. It's all computer modeled. And the results of that analysis tell us there's 3 bridges that need to be posted. So what I'm proposing and will formally present as a plan in the near future is to actually replace 2 of those 3 bridges starting this year, and then get the design and permitting started for the second bridge. It's an Eel River Bridge, and it's been a troublesome bridge, to say the least. And if we don't, well, even before we replace it, we're going to have to post it for a weight load, but at least we can. It's kind of a 1 step forward and 2 step back thing. We work, you know, replacing 2 bridges every year to try and get all the weight limits, and then we have new stuff, and now we have to post a couple more. But so I'd like to proceed as I've spoken with you and get started with the design and the permitting on that second bridge. And
You need our, excuse me, you need our approval?
I suppose informal, or, you know, I haven't presented anything formally, but I mean, you all know where I'm coming from and where I want to go. And basically I told our contractor, you know, which the design is included with that, but I mean, they've really already kind of started doing some preliminary stuff. But if I could get a verbal blessing, a nod of the heads, whatever, then I can tell them, you know, go ahead and full-blown proceed. And it's with the permitting and the requirements that we know are going to be put on this bridge for permitting, based on the construction methods, it's probably going to be July before they actually start construction, but it's going to take the better part of that to get the design and all the permitting done. So I'd like to get them started, and they're of course going to want to get paid for that kind of stuff. So.
Well, the reason I ask, is it legal to approve it this year and then have it funded next year?
Well, if I get it approved this year and start paying towards the project, then I can encumber
Encumber the money, yeah.
money from this year's budget.
Yeah.
And based on what I'm thinking I'm seeing, if I can encumber this year's money into next year's budget, then I shouldn't need any or not much additional for anything else for next year. We should be able to just seamlessly carry this money into next year and get 2 more bridges knocked out.
Yeah.
In the last 4 years, we've done a great job getting it whittled down to really 3 bridges that we've got issues with. So I want to thank you for that. You've done a good job on that.
Thank you. And just for more feel good, there is, almost $1.2 million on the cash page in that fund.
Nice.
So there's
Great.
more than enough money to cover all these expenses, and of course we keep getting more money every year, so we'll be fine as far as that goes too. So
Okay.
we will proceed with that. I have a right-of-way permit that came in.
Wait a minute.
Do we have a general consensus on that?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
whatever we need, but I move that we go ahead and give him at least verbal approval for that to proceed.
Not second.
Okay, we got a motion to approve verbally. We've got a second. Further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same.
Thank you. This CenturyLink permit came in the mail.
It was $44,492.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
So-
1% of the budget. So.
Okay, we've got a highway right-of-way permit for County Road 300 South to bore 20-foot to provide news service, and this is for CenturyLink.
You make a motion, we approve the boring.
Second.
Got a motion to approve the boring. We've got a second. Any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay. We've got another highway right-of-way permit on West Bay Bridge Court in Columbia City, and that's in Cambridge Crossing to install gas service for
Want
NIPSCO.
this, or, yeah,
Did I?
I don't see your,
That's in Columbia City. That's in Columbia City.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cambridge is in the city.
Okay, the next one I have is, let's see, yeah, Brenda's approved this one. East Governor's Drive for NIPSCO also, and it's to install a gas main to serve 2080 East Governor's Drive.
move we approve it.
Second.
Got a motion to approve, we've got a second. Any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Is that all we had done? Okay, good, thank you.
And then one other thing, while you're signing that last one, Community Crossings project that we submitted in 2017 was for work that we did in 17 and completed in 18. We received our final, call it $202,000 from the state for that. That was $670,000 we got. This year, just announced last week, we are also recipients of an award this year in the amount of $650,000. So we had asked for the full $1 million that was allowed per year. So we're going to have to do some cutbacks on our project because we don't have enough money to fully fund what we presented. But I guess I'll step out on a limb and just say publicly that we're looking at doing some paving at the lakes. I won't say which lake or what road, because we are going to have to cut back. I originally proposed to pave almost every road at all of the lakes. I'm gonna just off the cuff say we're gonna do about 2/3 of that, 65%. So that's, we will work on, I need to communicate with NDOT on what we can and can't do. You know, there's a lot of rules. We gotta comply with all the rules to get the money. But we're gonna do what we can and try and make the biggest impact with that money that we can. So that will be, we will bid that. We will have to take bids for those projects, that project, and we'll have to do that in 2019. So I'm shooting for in January of accepting bids for that. There's deadlines also that we have to meet with the program, but so that's good news.
So when you get that plan available, will you make sure that we get that and we know?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
It kind of looks to me like where the problem might exist is finding enough contractors. Because what we want to do is what everyone wants to do. You only got so many Brooks, E and B. They only have so many people and so many trucks and so many things.
I know.
So that's why, I guess my point was, that's why we don't want to be last to get the paperwork done and get it in.
Oh, no.
Because we don't want to lose it because they can't provide the service.
Right.
So, and I'm seeing some of that, I think, right in Cherubusco.
Yeah, it's not just highway and bridge work. It's, residential. Our excavating contractors are busy. It's hard. We had quite the discussion this morning at the drainage board about that. It's just hard to get contractors.
It is.
They're busy.
They're all busy.
Booked for months in advance.
Glad for that. I'm glad for them.
It's good for them.
But I don't want NDOT or somebody saying, well, you didn't get around in time. Well, it wasn't our fault. We want to.
Well, as long as we're under contract, there's a deadline in April for for providing our contract with the contractor to NDOT. So, of course, I shouldn't say that's a long ways away because it'll be here before we know it. And I'm not going to sit here until February or March and start working on that, trust me.
You know how that bridge inspection contract goes, points?
Yes.
Are we going to be in that with these kind of projects too?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. With
Okay.
this is just public competitive bidding.
Just regular competitive bidding.
And,
Okay.
Right. We just have to
Yeah.
comply with public purchasing laws.
That's fine.
It's not
That's
a
good.
consultant. That's a consultant selection process that
Okay.
they dictate those procedures. So.
Yep.
Okay. Any further
Thank you,
questions
Brandon.
for Brandon?
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have Scott Wagner. He's our Health Department Director.
I apologize for being late. I was on the phone with the Health Department attorney trying to get the formatting turned off of the document. She just emailed it to me about 2 minutes ago, so I'll get the regular copy for you if you wish to sign.
Sure.
I give Matt a copy of the updated version. The last version that I had sent you over a month ago had IDEM as the regulating agency and is now changed to Indiana State Department of Health. So those statutes were changed. In addition, in the definition section, which you'll see the formatting change. The definition section includes waste products derived from the chemical releases. So that should take care of the issue that we had discussed before regarding our enforcement of the law. So send that to you, pass that to you, and if you have any questions, let me know.
That's the old one.
The old one? Yeah, okay. The old one.
So, Scott, what you just handed me, is this different than?
That's different from the one over a month ago.
Okay.
It just has the statute change and the definition changed that we had talked about with Liz. I think the only change to the IC codes is that they adopted a new code that said the ISDH is now the enforcement instead of IDEM.
Would you like some time to go over that then?
I can bring it back again in December if you wish, but
Yeah, if maybe. I just want a chance to look at it. And
Yeah.
so what you added in here was this B4 that talks about the waste. Is that what you're saying? And that deals with?
that's been in there before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what changed? How did
She changed it from methamphetamine to controlled substance and included the state IC codes for controlled substance.
But the to be able to deal with not only the manufacturer but the use, has you tweaked
Yes,
it to
if
capture
you
that?
look at the number 2, waste defined, so any products, the second in the definition on the first page at the very bottom. It shows there that the waste products derived from the use of that chemical
Okay,
would
that's
also be part of why you would want to condemn a structure. So that should still cover our enforcement issues.
I see. That's what I was asking before.
Yeah.
So that's where you've added, is the waste
Yeah.
produced, the second. Yeah. I mean, if you guys don't have an issue that you need this right away.
I know,
right?
and I'm already on schedule for December the 3rd.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So
I think that fixes it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
I'd make a motion that we table the ordinance until Matt's had a chance to review it.
Got a motion to table. Got a second. Any further discussions on it? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. We'll table it until our December 2nd.
Third.
Is it 3rd?
Jenna, can you add that to the list?
Okay.
I'll go ahead and send a copy to each of you gentlemen. Email.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Any further questions for Scott?
Nope, thank you.
Okay, let's take a look at claims. Don?
Claims, I went through claims today, and I only looked at a couple that I didn't question. I looked at the prices. The prices to, when we buy new police cars now, in addition to the price of the car, we've got to look at how much it's cost us from the time that car hits the road until hits the dealership until it hits the road, how much we have to add. We've been adding somewhere between $7,000 and $9,000 per car for equipment. So
I think one of the reasons we haven't seen that is because it comes out of commissary on,
I think you're probably right.
When they changed, is any of that equipment reused? Is it all brand new?
Well, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't know. I mean, it used to be when we switched out on ambulances, pretty much used to be we took the old ambulance to them and they took the stuff out and put it back in the new ambulance. I suppose if we had a real problem with something. Now, your new ambulances aren't not going to count here because they'll come with new light bars and emergency lights and stuff, and they may have to take the old ones off and put them on. I'm not sure.
I think legally we have to strip the car and we have to make sure that it's, the color is not the brown color that we use. It has to, all the decals have to be off. So legally stripping, but as far as whether we reuse that, I would imagine, but
Yeah.
we can get with Mark.
When they come to us and say, I need $24,000, you don't know, you need more like $31,000.
Right.
So, outside of that, I'd first make a motion that we approve the payroll claims.
Okay, we've got a motion to approve payroll claims.
Second.
Got a second? Any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
Then I'd make a motion that we approve the accounts payable claims.
Okay, a motion to approve the accounts payable claims.
I second that.
Got a second? Further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay, Jana has presented us with the 2019 accounts payable schedule, and she needs approval for that, for final accounts payable for 2019 will be Friday, December 27th of 2019, and I think we've all been able to see it, so I'm asking for approval.
So move we approve it.
Second. Got a motion to approve. We've got a second. Further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Okay.
And I did also add the final date of 18 to the 18 schedule.
Good.
So just a note if you want to approve it or you're just good with it, however you want to handle it.
Might as well approve it.
Okay.
Okay. Make a motion, we approve the final account payable dates for 2018.
Okay, which will be Friday, December 28th, 2018.
Second.
Got a motion. We've got a second. Further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you've been able to take a look at the minutes. Any amendments, any changes, discussions?
Move we approve them as presented.
That's the November 5th, 2018 meeting minutes.
You're going to have to second, because I was not here.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'll second. Further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
One abstention.
One abstention.
Thanks, Lou.
Angie.
Peabody Public Library apparently goes around locally and prepares presentations, they video record and do oral history reports that they post on their homepage for people to go and view. They would like to do an oral history report on both the courthouse and the government center, and they would like to do that before December 31st. I did not request that she complete a permission to use county facilities because not really using it, but we'll be touring the facilities. So I'm just touching base with you on your opinion.
What does this consist of? Can you tell us? Well, we got.
This is Mary Hartman. She is the director at the library.
I'm sorry, I know I didn't do a very good job.
No, you're
what
fine.
Debbie
And
had wanted to do.
I didn't know you were going to ask, so it just worked out good that I was here.
Excellent.
What we're doing, I don't know if you've noticed, but on our website we have oral histories, and then we also have interviews with a variety of like community founders. And Deb's going to be retiring December 31st. We've hired her replacement, so it's like now we have this time where we can get all these done before she leaves. So what we want to do is come in, Deb will have her video camera, walk around with whoever you designate, just to talk about the history of this building and the history of the courthouse. It's pretty simple. I don't think it's going to take that long.
I told her she needed to go up into the top of the courthouse.
I know she's like, I want to. I think you were teasing
I've
her.
done it once. Said if I ever do it again, you better tether me to something before I go up the stairs. So I need to get to the clock area.
I went bouncing up there, we had that big storm, came through, and there's a hole in the roof, and I went bouncing up there, not really realizing the ladder was right here.
Oh, no.
And I about knocked myself out halfway up that.
I know this
Boy,
has
that's
nothing to
hard
do
yet.
with the meeting, but I took my shoes off to go up there because I was worried.
I got you, yeah. Yeah,
I went up barefoot.
Yeah, I'll put.
Barefoot.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but workers' comp, I was just worried I was going to fall off that ladder.
You said Deb retiring.
Deb Lawrence, who's been our interim adult services librarian for the last
Good
3.5
enough.
years.
We have so many Debs, I'm like, better make sure I know who Deb is. Okay.
Okay.
No.
I think Deb Dar is retiring at the
Oh, we should
at the
talk to
council.
Deb.
Yeah,
Okay, I need my list.
You know, and I'm like, that's a lot of
Okay.
Debs. I don't know.
Yeah, at the end of the year. So,
Yeah, I'll tell
no,
Deb to
at
talk
the end
to
of the
Deb.
month. I think it's the end of the month.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah.
No, I didn't mean to give you a hard time. I
No, not a problem. I was just like,
I'm
oh,
just-
okay, I didn't know that was going to happen.
was just
today.
interested.
Sounds like kind of
So-
a cool idea.
Yeah.
I can't, I'm having trouble coming up with a downside, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't against policy or anything, so I
No.
guess,
wouldn't think so.
And then Mark Sturdivant, is that who, I know you had suggested that.
my
previously.
suggestion would be Mark to go around with Deb.
Okay, all right.
I don't know have you got any other ideas
No,
on that?
no. He's probably a lot older than I am. He'd remember history. Oh, shoot, those mics are on, aren't they? Darn. No,
So it sounds like it's a go?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
I'm
think it's a
fine
pretty
with it.
cool idea. Yeah.
You know,
And then we view it on your website.
Oh, please, and do. I have to tell you, we have online classes online, and then we have the oral history interviews, and then, of course, we record our board meetings, too. 65,000. Over 65,000 hits at the end of October.
Wow, that's great.
So that is the way to go if you're not doing it already. So people are viewing the veterans' histories, the historical, oral histories we do, and then the online classes. So.
I
Yeah.
think, though, it's, probably don't have to tell you this, but the people in Cherubusco don't know about this. I mean, I think we need to make sure they know over there through the paper or something that they can come and look at your website.
Oh, sure. Be glad to do.
I think we get
Call
in
Rachel.
our own little world, you know that.
Uh-huh,
So, we got a library, so,
yeah, when you're doing this, our local historian's Bill Overdare, if you could catch him here someday.
Yeah, Bill would be
Okay.
great. He's
Wow,
very
yeah,
informed
it would
about.
be great.
He's been around forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And today. Yeah,
And I
okay.
believe Debbie said didn't she just complete one on the museum?
Yes.
Be fun one.
So,
Yeah, I would suggest John LaFever also. I don't know if you've ever,
I don't know if we've talked to John or not. I'll have to double
very
check.
informative.
He's a good historian.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks,
Thanks
Mary.
for what you're
Thanks for
doing.
doing that.
Uh-huh.
That's all I had.
Okay.
was easy.
Did you have anything
Well,
else?
I think Nathan brought the actual, the ordinance that we sent back to the Plan Commission, the Plan Commission then approved. We never really did formally adopt that because it happens automatically, but you need to sign it, obviously. And it probably makes sense to kind of, so here it actually is we're not really approving it. We sent back redraft, and the Plan Commission approved that redraft. Upon their approving the redraft, it automatically becomes, the ordinance, but still need to actually sign it and make it kind of official, so.
Are you comfortable with,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
We didn't sign it when we approved it?
No, because it was a
Okay.
change.
Okay,
It wasn't quite available.
okay,
Yep.
all right.
So we don't have to vote on it, just,
Well, I don't think you need to re-vote on it
No,
now.
it's already been,
You've already sent it back, but I also kind of half wonder if this is kind of unique that I've never had this come up, and it really doesn't say, it just says it's approved after they do it, but it doesn't say how you do that when you read the law. And so it might not be a terrible idea just to have somebody
Reaffirm.
make a motion and reaffirm it, yeah.
okay.
Just because of dotting every I and crossing every T, which is probably
Sure.
appropriate on this, so.
Okay, the ordinance is 2018-09.
I make a motion, we,
And then plus, yeah, we're actually assigning the number to it, which makes it,
once
Yeah.
again approve the ordinance 2018-09.
Okay, we've got a motion to approve 2018-09.
second.
Got a second? Further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jana?
Okay, first thing, you guys did get your board and committee assignments. I did print you each off one, just in case you didn't get it printed off. So you have it for whenever you do those appointments.
Thank you.
Yep, and then we did receive our 1782 notice. County General was reduced, but I did over, which is what Michelle always tells us to do over. And
Right.
So we actually got adopted
Right.
what we needed for County General. It was the
Great.
exact number that we
Good.
actually needed.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
fine. And then obviously, the highway was reduced, which we already talked about that by 44,000 and some. But everything else was approved for the amount that we requested.
Great.
So we
Jenna, I just got one question. Why is my name under the county council in the middle?
I think you're on the parcel committee, are you?
What does that committee do? And whatever we do, we haven't done it.
Maybe you just haven't been coming to the meetings.
We
They are
meet-
held
we meet
every week.
We
Haven't
meet
you been
every
here?
Tuesday. So,
We do.
and actually, you're over there. So I think I don't
Yeah,
know
you are
why. I don't
here.
know. I don't know why you're there.
Oh, okay.
Can
Yeah,
you
it's
kind of
under
take
you
the
over
pace
here.
up a little bit then? Try to make the meetings?
Oh, I've never been invited.
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, my.
Any other questions on board assignments? And we'll go over this probably in our mid-December meeting. I don't think,
Okay, so we just.
Tom's not going to be here, right, for the December 3rd meeting?
That's correct.
Okay, so we'll go over this.
You're gonna have to carry the load, Donald.
So there's several more then that could come down here that,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I'm thinking.
Especially if he's not here.
What?
You're gonna have to carry the load. Are you nervous?
No, we'll just reassign several committees to Tom Western. That's easy.
Okay, Commissioner?
Well, I can't think of a thing.
Not a thing. Okay. I was in an EMA advisory committee, and I really feel bad now because I didn't write it down and I can't remember what the crux was, but Ron Glassley, there's some issues with how we let people in the courthouse after hours and on weekends, and is Mark always made aware of those times?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know.
Okay, so we don't know. Yeah.
You're not the courthouse keeper.
Well, sort of. You take the papers, though, right? I mean, if they want to use the
Or at
courthouse.
the government center, but not at the courthouse.
Hang on, time out.
I think he's talking about
If
the
somebody
use for
wants to use
facilities.
the courthouse facility, don't they have to
Okay.
fill out a form with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that form shared with,
With Jana, Ron, and Mark.
yeah, I think that's what,
After it's
Yep.
approved, they get a copy of the approval.
yep, I just can't remember exactly what Ron's situation was. He turned to me and he was telling me, and they called the EMA meeting to order, so I just didn't know if there was something I was missing. Okay.
Well, I can double check with him because I just spoke with him and he questioned like things like parking and things and part-time pay, but facility use was not one of them.
Yeah, facility use is what he's talked to me, not about parking or part-time pay, so,
Okay.
all right. Yeah, if you think about it, see what his issue was.
Now, he did say something about, he had asked if Ben Romine had contacted us yet in regards to the firefighters doing their annual,
Christmas Eve, candy.
which I have not heard from them, but I just assume it's still a go because he said that he was planning on working it, but that's
Okay.
the only thing that he had mentioned in
Well, here's what I would do
regards
if I were
to
you, okay?
that.
I would turn to your left two people and say, Jana, will you tell Emily to have Ben get a hold of us?
Well, Ron said, he said he would contact Ben, so I'll let him know.
Yeah.
And then, I know there was some confusion in regards to the community Christmas. Somebody from the choir had spoke with somebody in the courthouse, and they felt, whoever spoke to whoever felt like it had not been approved, but I called over and spoke with Ron, and he said, oh, no, I have that. And he goes, I'm working one night, and Denny's working the other, and we're
Okay.
good. So,
All right,
but I'll touch base with Ron.
you might touch base with him. I
that's
thought he
fine.
was having an issue with something, but
And he
maybe,
could be, but I haven't heard it
maybe
yet.
I'm
But
wrong.
I'll-
Okay.
I'll reach out to him.
Okay.
No
That's it, sir.
problem.
I
Okay.
think that's all I have. I was not here, I will say this, I was not here last meeting because my son had a little heart procedure. It went very, very well. He's back to work and everything's fine, so
Good.
appreciate that. Even when they're 50, they're your son, right? Yeah. Yeah. They're your little boy.
Okay, the only thing I have is I just want to make people aware that we are, as commissioners, one of the major issues that we have right now that we're working on is we're working on the jail overcrowding, and that issue is going forward. I think we've got some good plans on that, and which we'll let people know probably the first of the year, or within the first 6 months of the year. We'll have a good plan. Also, I want to thank Don and Lana for the Regional Sewer District. That's going forward. We did get the approval for the charter, and that's a big step forward for Whitley County.
We'll have our first official Board of Trustee meeting tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, right here, right? So, the room might be quite full, we don't know yet.
Are you serving-
It's hard to say, but,
Dinner or anything?
yeah, we're going to have pizza for everybody, yeah. You make sure you come on in, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. Just to go on top of what you said, you know, we have 2 meetings a month, and sometimes we go through these meetings just like today, we skim through them, but we all three talked this morning, and we all three feel the same way. The job we're doing oftentimes feels like we're juggling running chainsaws, because we've got so many irons in the fire that they're just not popping out, but they are to us, and we know, just like when they say jail overcrowding, well, that's an easy thing to say. You know, yeah, got it, overcrowding. How do we fix it? Don't know. Takes money. So,
Takes lots of money.
we're really a lot busier than what we ever look. Appreciate everybody's patience with us.
All set.
Thank you. Anything from the audience? Any public Discussions? Okay. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yes, we're adjourned.